questions about hair extensions. So right now I don't have any in, but I'm going to be talking about that a little bit more further down in this video once I get into the questions. So yeah, I hope everybody's quarantine is going okay. Well, I know me and my family are literally going to rip each other's heads off because we have been spending so much time together, but it's like a bittersweet moment. Also, I just want to make a disclaimer that I hope to put out more content since we are in quarantine. I have a lot more time, sort of. So, yeah, so bear with me. It's just the editing process that takes a lot. I want to try to find somebody who edits my videos, but it's really hard to find somebody who has the vision that I do. So yeah, and also another disclaimer is this video is just going to be talking about what worked for me and what I did. It's not necessarily going to work for everybody, but you guys are more than welcome to try these things. A lot of these things I do highly recommend that did work for me personally. Sorry guys, I'm burping. But yeah, so I'm gonna just go into the video. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible because this is the second time I'm filming this video. So hopefully I will get the questions, because I can ramble, so like I am right now, I'm rambling, but hopefully I can just answer the questions, go off to the next, but I do want this to be really informative. So, sorry guys. So, I can't talk today. Let's just get on to this video and answer these questions. Alright, so I got this book because I use my phone to film. If you guys didn't know that, I actually have like an expensive ass camera, but I use my phone. I need to get rid of that camera, but yeah, so I have some questions. I'm gonna try to make it as short as I can. So yeah, like I said, the disclaimer, what worked for me, these are the things that work for me. They may not work for you, so yeah, but I haven't done this for a little bit long, like a long time, so I feel like I know a lot of information about hair extensions. So yeah, but let's just get on to the first question. So these questions are some of the questions that were written by you guys and written by myself. So if they're written by you guys, I would be adding it right here, your guys' questions, and some of them are written by me. So if you see that the question isn't right here, it's because I wrote them. So yeah, first question is, what made you want to get hair extensions? This is a good one. So I'm gonna try to make this long story short. So when I don't know how old I was training, maybe 16, 17, I don't know. I wanted to get my hair blonde, and I went everywhere. Nobody wanted to do it because they thought my hair was too dead, but my hair was actually really healthy. And yeah, so then I went to the mall with my mom. I met this guy, and I don't know how the conversation came up, but he pretty much was like, I could do your hair blonde. And I was like, oh my god, really? Okay. And so my mom was just kind of like, my mom and dad know that I just kind of do whatever I want, but I respect them, but they just know that I'm gonna do whatever I want, whether it's asking or not. I'm just that type of person. If I want something, I'm gonna go get it. So my mom was like, cool, whatever. My mom didn't expect my hair to come out the way that it did. So he came over, and he had told me before all of my products are from like Italy, imported, and like blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, cool. So the day before that, I was telling my friends, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my hair blonde and I'm gonna look so pretty. And so they're like, okay girl, and I was like, yeah. So I was like super excited, right? Wrong. So he comes over, he does my hair. It was virgin hair, so my hair was lifting good, like fast and good. And I didn't really get to see the whole process, so I just kind of had to go. And by the way, it was at my house. I just had to go off on my mom's face, and she was like, and I was like, girl, what? And she was like, and I was like, ah! So yeah. I didn't know what I had just done to my hair, but I knew it was not good. So I was just like, you know, he just needs to wash it out, tone it, or whatever. So then he washes it out, whatever, gives me the mirror, and I'm like, oh, I'm definitely blonde. So, but this was like, it was orange and ugly and just not cute. So I'm going to insert some pictures all around here of how my hair looked. So yeah, my hair looked like shit. It looked so bad, and I had to go to a dance rehearsal right after that, and all my friends were like, oh girl, you're blonde. And I was like, yeah. And so it was so ugly. I actually wore a hat to dance rehearsal. It was ugly, but I ended up telling the guy, I'm not gonna pay you. This is so ugly, guys. My hair was literally like chicle, like gum. It was like gum. It was so stretchy and ugly, and just, it was the ugliest thing ever. So that's when Sorry guys, my video has stopped for some reason, but anyways, that's when I decided I hated my hair and I had to do something about it. And before that, I was already getting like tape and extensions and stuff. So I just got some tape and extensions, and at the time, my hairstylist Irma, I'll put her Instagram somewhere in here. She had, I think she accidentally messaged on my, or accidentally commented on my picture. I think she meant to comment somebody else's saying like, when are you coming in for like your something, I don't know. And I was just kind of like, oh, sorry, I think you have the wrong person. And then she messaged me. I think she was like, I would really like to do your hair. And I was like, girl, please. Because her Instagram was popping. And if you guys live in Tucson, you guys know that Irma's popping. Her salon's popping. Everybody goes to Irma. So I was like, okay, like this girl wants to do charity work. Alrighty. So she did my hair. And I'll insert some pictures of that when she fixed my hair, the before and afters. But she did a really good job. And then after that, just like knowing her, meeting her, and talking to her, she then asked me if I wanted to do tape-in extension. And what? Not tape-ins. She then asked me if I wanted to do hair extensions, and I said yes. Because when I did my hair blonde, it was super ugly, super short. I had to cut it, and it was just disgusting, and it was blonde. So yeah, so we ended up doing hair extensions. I had actually box dyed my hair before we did the hair extensions. So I went back to brown hair. She was really upset about that, but I just couldn't keep up with like the blonde, and I was really young at the time. Just keeping up with that was like really hard for me. So yeah, that's when I decided to do hair extensions. So pretty much my hairstylist put me on. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I did hair extensions, is because my hair was blonde, ugly, short, and then after that I box dyed it and my hair was still short, ugly, dead. So yeah, so this really helped me a lot. So yeah, we'll just go on to the next question, kind of follow up on that. Question is, what type of hair extensions do you have / had? So previously, before the whole quarantine thing, I had tape-in extensions for a really, really long time, and I really, really love tape-in hair extensions. Those are bomb. But before I had those, I had micro-beaded hair extensions, and those were horrible. Do not get those. I don't care what anybody tells you. Do not get those. Because when your hair grows out, you're not able to go to your appointment. So they're like beads. I'll see if I can put in a video of how they put it in. But they're like beads, and they smash them down flat onto your hair, and they put like the little hair extension. But those are horrible. Like, if you can't keep up with your hair like I do, then it's horrible. But so yeah, every time I would move like this, it would make like this click-clacking noise of like the beads hitting against each other, and they were just very visible when they grew out. And then when they grew out, like the hair was getting all matted onto each other, so it was super bad. And yes, sorry guys, my hair is bugging me. So, and yes, when you have tape-in hair extensions, they do grow out and they can get matted, but they're very more easy to take care of. I mean, it's kind of just doing all the work for you. Your real hair is just growing with it. So yeah, and the removal process to take out hair extensions is a lot easier. So our tape-in extensions is a lot easier. So yeah, I've had micro beads and tape-ins, and that's it. That's all I really needed. But I would stick with tape-ins because they're less visible. They're better. They lay flat. They look a lot nicer. I feel like the process for it is a lot faster than the micro beads, because if the micro beads were like tiny ones, one by one. Not saying that tape-in hair extensions is like really, really fast, but it's faster than the other ones. So yeah, I've had tape-ins and micro beads. So the next question is, are they tape-ins? If so, how is the process with that? So the hair I did have was tape-ins, and what the process is like, it's better for a visual for me to put it. So if I can find a video of when I've got it done, or just anybody else on YouTube, I'll put that in so you guys can see. But while has like a sticky part, and so pretty much you have 2 sticky parts of hair, and some of them will come pre-taped, so that's why it's called tape-in extensions, because the tape that you guys can use also, put in what tape I use. You guys could just get it at Sally's, it's super cheap. But so you get the hair, you get the flat part, and then you have the tape on there. You take off the little white sticky part, like a sticker, take off the sticker, and then you get like the thinnest amount of hair, not obviously at the top like this. If somebody's doing your hair extensions like this at the top, they're doing it all wrong, but something way thinner than this. So what you're gonna do, well, what they're gonna do is grab the sticky part, put it near the root of your hair like this. I'm gonna leave that. They're gonna grab the other tape extension, sandwich that on top so both sticky parts are really on there, and they're gonna grab a tool and kind of smush that together so it's really on there. So that's what that's like. It's really fast. It's very fascinating. So yeah, it's just like really sticky, and it doesn't come out. I mean, the only time it comes out is like, you know, it's all about maintenance. So when you get out the shower, you should not be sleeping with your hair wet. You gotta make sure that it's dry, and if you try not to brush your hair when it's wet, because then they probably will fall out, especially if they've been in there for a while. But it is completely normal for hair to fall out. I mean, things don't get sticky forever. So yeah, that's what the process is like. And usually when you go on your consultation, they will tell you how much hair you need and stuff like that. And I'll be going into another question talking about like the whole consultation process and how you get the hair and stuff like that. Ew, why did I make that face? Okay, so there will also be another question where I will talk about, you know, the whole consultation process, how much hair you need and stuff like that. So yeah, but that is pretty much what the process is like. It's super quick, it's nothing crazy. And then after, when they put in all the hair, they'll layer it, cut it, sculpt it to your face, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so the next question is actually a really good question. It says, if I cut my hair short, will extensions help my hair grow? So I am not a professional extension seller, but this is how I see it. This is visually how I see it and like my science of it. But so when I started getting hair extensions, my hair was probably about like here, or like here. I'll make myself feel better and say it was here. I was probably actually like here. And so when you get hair extensions, you have a lot of hair put in. Probably more hair than the hair that you already have on your head. So, and my hair is this short, and I have hair extensions. Say I have 22, 24 inches of hair, and I'm straightening my hair, I'm curling my hair. That hair extension hair can actually handle all that heat more than the hair that you have, that you're growing out of your actual head. So how I see it is that your hair is being overbodied and overshadowed by all this other fake hair that you have in your hair that is kind of being protected in a sense, that it's not getting as much heat because your hair is underneath, like how I showed you guys. Your hair is underneath in the middle of a layer of hair extension on the top and on the bottom. So I feel like it does help your hair grow because you're not damaging as much, and anything that you are damaging, it's something that can take all of that damage, you know. So that's just kind of how I see it. If you have short hair, it makes it a lot easier for you to grow out your hair because you are, you know, protecting that hair. And also, when I had hair extensions, I would get a haircut every single time I would get my hair extensions moved up, and I think that's every 3 to 6 weeks. I don't know. I should have put that in there, but if I didn't, if you guys want to know every time you're supposed to get your hair extensions moved up, I think it's every 3 to 6 or 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. I'll put that in here. But when you get them moved up, I would cut my hair every single time so that, I mean, I feel like everybody's had like a, what is it, a traumatizing haircut story, so I hate cutting my hair. But then again, I would always tell myself that nobody's going to see my hair super short cut like that, because the hair extensions are covering all that. But yeah, so I think if you do cut your hair short, hair extensions will definitely help your hair grow within time. So next question is a question that people always have and are always very curious about, and that is the price. Everybody wants to know the price. So what I say is that you pay what you get for, and that is truly something in the hair extension world, because if you're paying for something really cheap, then your hair's gonna look real cheap. But if you can find something really good and it's really cheap, then I highly suggest it. But you don't have to pay like thousands and thousands of dollars for this. So with the hair extensions, it'll range in prices depending on how much grams of hair you need, depending on the length, stuff like that. But there is alternatives. There is some places that have Afterpay. I don't know if you guys know what Afterpay is. I love Afterpay. That's really helpful. You know, if you're saving up, you could take $50 out of each check that you get. You know, stuff like that. It is hard to like save up, I know, but it is what you pay for is what you get. So yeah, but I'm not sure how much my hair extensions are, but you guys could check them out. They're on Zala. I get the tape-in extensions from Zala, and I think that's another question, but it's definitely worth it. I mean, hair extensions is an investment, because you wake up looking beautiful. It saves you a lot of time, gives you a lot of confidence. But yeah, so I would say they are not cheap, and if you do find them cheap, just know that's what you're paying for. But yeah, so can't give you a set price, but it's just about all the research you do, and it's every hair is different, so, and every type of hair extension is different, so that's pretty much research that you have to do. But I'm gonna try to find how much my hair extensions were, and I'll put it somewhere around here. But yeah, so this is a question that a lot of people have for me now, especially because I posted a video not that long ago saying that this was all my raw hair, and a lot of people were shocked because a lot of people know I've been wearing hair extensions for a really long time. So somebody said, how long did it take to get to the hair length that you are at now? So according to my calculations, if I'm right, it took me about 4.5 years. Yep, I know that sounds like a really long time, which it is, but it definitely did not feel that long. And within these 4.5 years, my hair was already long. Here, I'll stand up so you guys can see. So, yeah, it's kind of hard for you guys to see right now. I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys later in a different clip. But my hair was already really long, and every time I would go get my tape-in extensions moved up, my hairstylist would be like, dude, your hair's actually really long. Like, are you sure you want to keep doing it? And I would always tell her yes, because I was already so attached to my hair extensions, and I felt so beautiful with them already. So yeah, so my hair was actually still really long, depending on the length that you want. You know, I could have stopped when it came to here, but I wanted really long hair, and I didn't really notice how long it was getting until recently. So yeah, it took me about 4.5, 5 years, but it definitely didn't feel that long, but it was definitely worth it. I mean, my hair is super healthy, and has always been super healthy ever since I started doing, well, I didn't start off really healthy, but from the process from then and now, it just got super healthy, and it was crazy to see the transformation. So yeah, 4 to 5.5 years. So the next question is, where do you get your hair extensions? Do you know any that are affordable? So like I kind of said previously, you pay for what you get, but where I get my hair extensions are from Zala, and like I told you guys, I will put exactly the grams, the length, and the price that my hairstylist ended up picking for me. But yeah, so also Zala hair extensions are the longest hair extensions I've ever found. I found it from Idet. I don't know if any of you guys watch her, but I seen her on Instagram, and I told my hairstylist I need to get those. Those are the longest ones I've ever seen. So then we ended up getting them, and yeah, and I've loved them ever since. I put my best friend onto them. I put a lot of people onto them who really like them, but some that are affordable in town that I know is that, sorry guys, some that are affordable in town that I know that I used to use before, you know, everything, I was going to Lee's, and I think Lee's is the same thing as Waba. I honestly don't know, but I was using the tape-in hair extensions there, and they were okay. They weren't horrible. The hair shop LA, I didn't really like their hair extensions. But there is alternatives. You know, Zala has Afterpay. A lot of these hair places have Afterpay, and they do have sales and stuff like that, but I feel like it's probably not as expensive as one would think it is. But yeah, so what I use is Zala, but like I said, there are alternatives. You just really got to do your research and know what's gonna work for your hair and your hair texture and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, that's what I would say for that. Somebody said, what hair products do you use? So hair products is really hard because I'm not very consistent as I should be. But I'll insert some hair products that I've used, and some of them might not be for hair growth. Some of them are probably just like what I liked, what my hair looked pretty with, you know what I mean? Like there's this frizz one, like an argan oil one that I use, but I'll definitely put those around here, the ones that I use. And they're all pretty affordable, I feel like, so yeah. But I'm definitely not as consistent as I should be, but those are the things that I use. Also, there was another question stating, like, was there anything that I did to get my hair longer? And there was a lot of things that I tried, but the only thing was that I wasn't being consistent with it. And I was trying everything all at once, so it was really hard to say what was working. But I was trying like coconut oil, I was trying all kinds of stuff. I was trying everything to grow my hair out. So yeah. Alrighty, so the next question is, do you take any hair growth vitamins? So I do not take anything right now. I suck, guys. I don't take anything right now. I just kind of let my hair do its thing. I think the haircuts have helped my hair a lot grow. But the vitamins I was using for a little bit, I got them at Costco, but I think you can get them anywhere else. I forgot what they're called, but they're like hair, nails, and skin vitamins. I'll put those in somewhere around here. Those are the ones I use, but like I said, it's really hard for me to say what was working because I was using everything at once and very inconsistent. So sorry guys. I suck. Somebody said, what do you think about the horse shampoo? So the horse shampoo I did use for a little bit, and I think it works, but I don't think it's something that you really need. I think it's kind of overhyped, but I think it does work in a sense a little bit, but I think you're good without it. So yeah, the hair shampoo that I actually used, if I haven't put it in already, it's somewhere around here. Now I don't use it all the time. I don't go fishing for it as I should. It said, will you dye your hair another color? Never, ever, ever. I will never dye my hair, and if I do, you guys can call me out on it. But just like dyeing my hair blonde was like traumatizing. Y'all seen the pictures? Did y'all not see those pictures? They were so bad. So I would never, ever, ever color my hair. I feel like wigs right now are like crazy realistic, so I could just buy myself a wig. I know they're pretty expensive, but I'd rather like throw down some money for a wig than fucking throw my hair in the toilet and just look like a cheeky ass blonde bitch like I did last time. Somebody said, where do you get your hair done? So I get my hair done at Plaza. If you don't get your hair done at Plaza here in Tucson, I don't know what you're doing, girl. Even people from Phoenix come down to Tucson to get your hair done at Plaza. I've been going to Plaza, I'm not gonna lie, on and off, but I've always had the best experience at Plaza. Sorry guys, I got something in my throat. I've always had the best experience at Plaza. The girls are super cool. They just opened up a new location, and it's really pretty, and everybody's there is cool. All of the girls are super talented. My best friend gets her hair done at Plaza now. Well, she was getting it done there before actually, but yeah, so she gets her hair extensions there, and yeah, it's just the vibe. I mean, everybody there is really good. It's super cute there, and everybody knows what they're doing, and they're very highly on education. But yeah, so I get my hair done at Plaza, and I get it done with Irma. But honestly, when I tell you that all these girls could do hair extensions, they could all do it. So yeah. Another question is, how do you maintain them? So how I think I did it, this is how I maintain them. So key ones are, do not sleep with your hair wet, because you will wake up and you don't even want to know. It's just going to be all a disaster. So you don't want to sleep with your hair wet. Don't brush it excessively, because that hair is going to start falling out. I mean, even with your real hair, if you're brushing it like crazy, that hair is just going to start coming out. But that's just excessively. I mean, you can brush it as many times as you usually do in a normal day, as much as you should in a normal day, and it's not going to fall out. But just don't brush it a lot. What would be how to maintain them? I mean, just treat it with care. The longer you take care, or the better care that you take care of it, the longer you're gonna have them. And it's just like, treat it with like you know, treat it like your real hair. That's all you really gotta do. But it's not a huge difference. I mean, scratching your head is gonna be like, oh shit, there's something in there. If a guy, like, you're like, oh, like, take his hand out. But other than that, I mean, there's not much to it. Did you or do you still wash your hair every day? I don't think one should wash their hair every single day. I think it's good to let your hair just kind of breathe. But that's just me. That's just what I've been told. But like I said, you just want to treat it like it's your normal hair. Like, you know, just with care though. Like, really, really take care of it. One thing about the maintaining it, the maintenance of it, is that you know, you got to get it done every single time. And when you're washing it, you can't wash it right at the root. Don't like really go into it. I mean, it's good to like lather it with soap and clean it, but just try not to clean it too crazy, you know. But other than that, just kind of treat it like, you know, how you do with your regular hair all the time. It's not that big of a difference, other than you're gonna wake up feeling like a bad bitch. But that's pretty much it. What was the hardest part about growing out your hair? So I think the hardest part was just cutting it, because like I said, everybody had that traumatizing story. So that was the hardest part for me, but I mean, I got over it, and my hair is super long now, so it's definitely worth it. So yeah, that was just the hardest part. And going to go get it, you know, my hair extensions moved out. That was the hardest part too, just because I am not as on it like I should be. I'm always on the go, and I should be like thinking about how I look, but it's not what I'm thinking about. So yeah, that was the hardest part, but other than that, everything else was a breeze. So this is the last question, and it says pros and cons about hair extensions. So I made this question up, but so I'm gonna start off with the cons. Okay, so the cons are going to go get it done, especially if like your mom or your job. It's very hard. You gotta book these things in advance. But I'm probably making it sound harder than what it is, because let's just get down to it. I'm lazy, or just always busy. So that was pretty hard. That was a con. Another con was, you know, cutting my hair. That was very traumatizing for me. I didn't like cutting my hair, even though nobody was even seeing it. It was just hard to hear the scissors and my hair being chopped off, but she wasn't even cutting that much. Another con is when you first get them done, it is going to hurt, and it's not like excruciating pain. It's kind of like, you know, when you put your hair up and you've had it kind of up all day, like in a tight ponytail, and you take it down and you kind of move it, and it's just like, like, it feels good, but then like you move it a little bit, your scalp is hurt. Guys, I don't know why, but my phone keeps turning off every time I get a notification. But anyways, so it feels like when you put your hair up and then you kind of move it, your scalp hurts. That's what it feels like, and it's not because it's super close to your scalp. I mean, it is pretty close to it, but it's just a lot. So it just kind of feels like when you have like a colita up all day and you take it down. But it'll feel like that like the first 1 or 2 nights. It hurts to sleep on it. It's not like excruciating, like I said, but it is uncomfortable. So that is a con. What's another con? Another con for some people may be finding their hair color. You might have to buy 2 different colors to get the right color. But if you have black hair like me, girl, you're good. Another con, I mean, I think that would be it for me as the cons. But for the pros, you wake up looking like a bad bitch. You have real hair that looks like your hair. The process doesn't take as long as you probably think it would. It builds up your confidence. It looks really, really nice. I don't know. It's just, you gotta have them to really know what the experience is like. But I definitely do recommend hair extensions. They will change your life, trust me. And it's just really nice to wake up and have like all that hair and all that pretty hair. Like, even when you get out the shower, your hair is gonna look so pretty and go with like the texture of your hair. So yeah, I don't know, I just love hair extensions. Even though my hair is like long, I'm still gonna get hair extensions again. My hairstylist Irma is actually coming out with a hairline. I think it's already out, and I'm gonna be trying her hair, so I'm super excited to, you know, to try her hair, and, you know, have hair extensions back in. But, you know, after that, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing hair extensions and, you know, getting them put in. And that is kind of still in the air, but I am going to be putting them back in. Okay guys, my phone keeps shutting off. I do not know why, but I hope this video helped you guys in some type of way. If you've had questions about hair extensions and looking into it, and this is kind of helping you thinking you really want to do it now, I highly suggest it. But if there wasn't any questions that I answered that you guys want me to answer, just leave them down below and I will answer them. If you guys can like, comment, and subscribe, that would mean so much, making me feel kind of like I'm doing something right. And yeah, let me know what videos you guys want to see. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now because I'm shy. Bye guys.